In today's video, I want to talk about whether you should be drop shipping hurricane repair supplies onto eBay or Amazon or anywhere for that matter. Currently, I am in Atlanta, Georgia on a layover, so if this isn't the best quality video, that's why. But what happened was I missed my connecting flight, so I do have a few minutes. I decided I would make this video for you guys. And currently, I'm pretty much in the path, well, not quite in the path, close to the path of the hurricane that's coming by right now. This is Hurricane Florence. I'm like over here, and I'm going to be spending the weekend down here in Florida. So currently near the hurricane, not that close. But last year, yeah, there was another big hurricane on the East Coast. And during that time, I noticed that I was selling a lot of supplies that people would use if they were stuck in a hurricane, or if they were repairing from a hurricane. And business was really well with those items. So if you go on any website like Walmart, well, Home Depot is a better one to look at. So let's look at Home Depot right here. You'll see they sell things. You look up hurricane supplies, sell things like generators. These are really big after hurricanes. Chainsaws, wet dry vacuums, blower fans, mold control. All these things are really popular items for people who are just coming out of a hurricane, as well as just general building supplies, drywall, lumber, plumbing, windows and doors, all that stuff. So this is all something that will sell well. In Walmart, you see the same thing, mops, scrubbers, batteries, generators, all this stuff does sell well after a hurricane. Amazon, I'm sure, has the same stuff as well if you look it up. The problem, though, in my opinion, is really twofold. So the first problem is one of being just practical. I noticed that even though I was selling a lot of these items last year after last year's hurricanes, they would go out of stock very, very quickly. So I had a lot of canceled orders. A lot of people who ordered items and then I wasn't able to fulfill them because they were going out of stock really quickly. The probably bigger issue for me with it is just the ethical dilemma of it. Now, I have no problem if I had like a stock of generators inside my house and I was going to ship them out to people as soon as they bought them. But let's say there's someone down in the Carolinas, they just had a massive hurricane, they're really suffering, they have no electricity, and they want to order order a generator and have it delivered to them. How would you feel if you ordered from someone on eBay and then 2 or 3 days later they message you and say, oh, actually, we don't have this in stock? Like, that could be devastating for someone. They could have ordered that from another website that does have it in stock in the meantime, but we kind of put them at this huge disadvantage because they're now have to wait even longer to get their generator or their supplies. Not to mention the fact, kind of going back to the more practicality of this, is all the shipping delays caused by the hurricanes. So you're trying to ship them generators or batteries or whatever it else is that they need. Even if the supplier does have it in stock and gets it out the door to them, there was so many delays associated with them. So many people getting their items late or not getting their items at all. All these things to think about. So for those reasons, practically speaking, it's not something I really go after, a situation like this. Now, of course, I have items like this listed already, and people are going to buy those, and there's really nothing I could do about that because I'm not going to go in and delete those items from my store right now just because there's a hurricane. But it's not like I'm going to aggressively list a bunch of generators or batteries or mops in anticipation of people buying them. And just ethically speaking, I felt so terrible last year when these people would message me saying, what am I supposed to do now? I was counting on getting this generator or this heater, and now I have nothing. And I felt really awful about it, so it's not something I want to go through again. Now, something else you want to keep in mind after a hurricane like this or during a hurricane, any sort of natural disaster like this, and I kind of alluded to this before, is that you will always have problems with some shipping during these times. So even items that aren't hurricane related, just regular items that people in these regions order, or if the shipping is going through this region, there's a good chance there's going to be delayed somehow. Now, these big companies like UPS and FedEx and the companies that you order from like Walmart and Amazon and Home Depot, they're used to natural disasters like this. So they have systems in place to make sure that the customers see the least amount of disruption as possible when the items are being shipped out, and try to avoid as many delays as possible. But they can't plan for everything. There's only so much they can do. So delays are going to happen during this time period. Now, luckily, eBay knows this. They know that there's a hurricane coming. They know that's going to cause shipping delays. So if there's any items that aren't delivered on time to this region, or if you're shipping out of this region or through this region where the hurricane's hitting, and there's any sort of delay, or the item has to be canceled entirely because it can't be delivered due to maybe hurricane damage, eBay is going to know that, and they're going to make sure that your account doesn't get dinged for it. And if the buyer complains, you can just call eBay up, and eBay is going to take care of it for you. They're very reasonable and understanding with something like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. So these are all things you kind of want to keep in mind during a natural disaster like this, because it does impact business, as well as, the more important thing obviously are the people's lives that are being threatened, and these people's homes and livelihoods. So personally, I don't like to take advantage of these situations. These people need supplies. So if you have them and can guarantee that they can get them, then I think this is a great opportunity for you to get them their supplies. But for me as a drop shipper, I just can't guarantee that they're going to get these items. So I just feel uncomfortable about the whole thing. I felt so uncomfortable about it last year, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So if your thoughts are the same as mine or different, or you have any other insights about this, leave a comment underneath this video and let me know. Otherwise, guys, anyone who's on the East Coast near this hurricane, I hope you're staying safe. And I make a lot of videos about eBay and Amazon drop shipping, so if you don't want to miss out on any of them, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And you can hit a little bell notification, and it will let you know as soon as I go live, or as soon as I upload a new video. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure that you do that. I'm just going to see who's here in the live chat, see if anyone who's in the live chat has any questions about this. George says, it's nice to hear that some people have moral compass. Some people are just saying, hey. Hey to Luke is here in the live chat. And Marielle's hoping that I stay safe. So yes, I should be fine. It seems to be avoiding the storm altogether. And Mo is asking if this is live. Yeah, Mo, this is live. This is kind of impromptu because I'm here in Atlanta on a layover here. Okay, cool. So thanks everyone for watching. If you don't want to miss a future video, make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.